guys, it's Sam, and this is my spoiler-free review of Darkdawn by Jay Kristoff. This is the third and final book in the Nevernight series. I will not be doing any spoilers for this book in this review, but I may talk about stuff that happened in the first two books. Don't know until I film it. So I will link my reviews for the first two books on the screen if you have not read either of those yet. So this picks up directly after the events of Godsgrave, and as you know, if you're watching this, Godsgrave did end on a cliffhanger, so it doesn't make you wait or anything, it just jumps you right back into where we left off. So first off, we talk about the world building. Like I've mentioned in all my reviews for this series, I love the world building and the world in this series, and in this book we get much more world building and a lot more about the lore and mythology and religion of this world. I feel like that has been in the background of the first two books, but was never really answered, and we get all of the answers about all of that stuff and the magic and everything within this final book. We also get to see a couple different areas that we haven't seen before, and that's always a fun time. Next, I'm going to talk about our characters. This series features very satisfying character arcs. I felt like what the characters go through is so satisfying and so earned. There's also loss within this finale and loss of characters, and I appreciate that. I know I've mentioned this before, and some people are like, why do you like pain? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I feel like when you're in these kind of like world-ending scenarios, if you don't lose a couple characters, it doesn't feel real. Our main character of Mia is a badass, and at points in this book, she does feel not overpowered necessarily, but there are things in this book that definitely are easier for her than they would have been in previous books, and just like are much more like skimmed over than I feel like they would have been. And at first I was like, well, that should have taken longer, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care that Mia is like the super badass destroying everything. At this point, I kind of want her to be. I kind of think about video games in particular with this. Like if you're playing a video game in a series and your character is badass, it's like, don't question the fact that I can destroy everything. Or like Skyrim, for example. I'm really appealing to the gamers that are hopefully watching this video, but if you're like, I'm the fucking Dragonborn man, of course I can do this shit. I kind of feel like that. Like Mia is a badass. So it's not like unbelievable that she destroys people in this book, but I can see how some people are going to be like, that was a little bit too easy, but I'm kind of fine with that. It's what she deserves. I also just really like the little found family that she has around her and how all of the characters feel about her. And I feel like in this book, and she did it more in the last book too, I feel like Mia kind of comes to terms with the fact that like she does care about people and she does have bonds and connections here, and that's important because the person that she was in the first book has changed and she has like learned, and she does feel fear a little bit more, which the whole part of this series was to like not feel fear, and she has this kind of magic that lets her not feel fear, but she has gotten to a point where she does fear for those around her, and that is really amazing growth for her. As far as the plot, like I already mentioned, there are some pacing things that did feel a little bit off. Like there are some things that I don't think this could have made like a 4-book series, but there are some things that were just a little bit faster and we kind of breezed through that in previous books I feel like would have been something we would have stuck on a little bit longer and would have taken some more time. So do I feel this book could have been a little bit longer? Maybe, but also I'm kind of satisfied with how it was. So as expected, I gave Darkdawn 5 out of 5 stars. This is a very short review because I am going to be doing a spoilery discussion on this because it's the last book. There's so much to talk about. I know probably most of you are going to want to watch the spoilery discussion anyway, so I'll be doing a spoilery gush, which I will link on the screen. So comment down below and let me know what you thought of Darkdawn. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye!